Morning. How are you? Hello, I'm Enrica. I'm here in Liguria, and I'm very happy today to cook with you a traditional Ligurian dish, Stroscia di Pietrabruna, in this Favuzzi Culinary Workshop. And of course, we're going to use the wonderful Favuzzi products. I invite you to leave comments here on the live. I would be happy to answer any comments you have and any questions regarding the products or the recipe or something you may be curious about Liguria. And I also invite you to wait the end of the this live, sorry, to check who is the winner of the giveaway that Favuzzi organized on its Instagram account. Okay, so let's start to prepare Stroscia di Pietrabruna. Stroscia is a traditional cake which represents the west of the Italian Riviera, the west of Liguria, which is the area of our region where extra virgin olive oil is produced. So this cake is an ode to extra virgin olive oil, and it encapsulates perfectly and exalts the taste of the oil. So this is the perfect dish to prepare with Favuzzi oils. I'm going to prepare the cake with this Favuzzi moderate extra virgin olive oil, which has a softer taste. Though, if you like to have a cake which brings more flavor, in extra virgin olive oil flavors, you can also use Favuzzi Intense extra virgin olive oil. Both of them are incredible, also for cooking and for cooking sweets. Okay, since this is a cake, we are going to use flour, and we have the wonderful opportunity to use Favuzzi flour, which is a double zero produced in Italy. This is fantastic for bread or focaccia and for dessert as well. This cake is very easy. We have very simple ingredients, but this is the specialty of this cake because very few ingredients, well mixed with wise doses and very easy, will give an incredible result, and you will see. So I think we can start. Let's prepare it. Then I will be happy to tell you some stories about this cake, and of course show you how to eat it. Okay, first thing first, we prepared the flour. The setting is very easy. We have a bowl, a glass bowl. We are going to knead with our hands. So very few tools. This is ancestral recipes. We can really use it, make it with very few tools and very few ingredients. So we start with the flour, and we weigh half a kilo, 50 grams, 500 grams of flour. Here we go. Okay. Perfect. Then we add to this double zero flour Favuzzi. We add 8 grams of baking powder. You can use baking powder flavored with vanilla or without any flavor. That's the same. And we mix gently the dry ingredients. Here we go. We do not need to sift the flour. We can just mix it with the baking powder so that the baking powder mixes well with the flour. We don't have lumps of baking powder here and there. And then with these dirty hands, we also add a pinch of Fabuzi Fleur de Sel. This is fantastic because this is not too salty, so this is perfect for seasoning to put on over salads, but also for sweets, because you have to know that in any sweet it's advisable to add a pinch of salt. That will enhance all the other flavors and will give some characteristic to the dish. Okay, so we mix the dry ingredients, and then we go with the liquids. Sorry, I have to clean my hands, otherwise I will dirty everything. Though I will need. Here we go. Okay, then we are mixing the dough with the extra, of course, the extra virgin olive oil and a liquor. So I'm using the moderate Fabuzi oil, and I'm going by side, but because I already know the amounts, I'm going to pour 200 grams of oil. To know this, just to give you some ideas on how to assess if an oil is good. When you taste an oil, actually you should taste it raw and without anything with it. The best way to taste it is with a piece of bread and just a few salt on top. And a good oil is perfumed, has a good flavor, which you can also smell with your nostrils. Usually, a good oil has a smell of flour. The Ligurian oil, for example, has also a smell of artichokes somehow. So there is this flowery or sometimes herby flavor. In the meantime, I'm pouring the oil, and then when you taste it, you should taste some bitterness, which is a sign of quality, on your tongue. And in the back of your tongue, after a couple of seconds, you could taste some hotness. So sometimes looks like it is spicy. This is a good characteristic of the extra virgin olive oil, because these are the main signals that the oil is of good quality. Okay, I'm coming in a second. Sorry, here I am. I had to start. I'm so sorry. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, now we have poured the oil, so we have 200 grams of oil. Probably I need to put some more. There we go. Okay. See, I have some comments of you love olive oil. Chantal, me too. Especially extra virgin is fantastic. It's fantastic. And then, jointly with the extra virgin olive oil, we have a liquor. We use a liquor. Okay, in the recipe, which is available on Fabuzi website with all the doses, I suggest to use a liquor such as Marsala wine, or which is fantastic. We use in Italy for many recipes, or some vermouth. In this case, I'm using a liqueur made of herbs from this is traditional herbs from Liguria. There is basil and chinotto, which is an agrupe, and some sage. But anyway, this is a liquor that has the 80% of alcohol. This ingredients is important because it gives lots of flavor to your cake. So you can also use dry white wine, but slightly more alcohol is advisable. It will really help the texture and, of course, the complexity of the taste of the cake, jointly with the flavors of extra virgin olive oil. Okay, so we have these the dry ingredients and then the liquids. We are going to mix them in the bowl with our hands, adding little by little liquor and extra virgin oil. So I make a well in the center, and then I add some wine and some oil. This is a child work, though it is very easy and very relaxing, a very relaxing cake. So this is something that you can do with your kids. Actually, I'm going to show you how this cake gets out of the oven after, so we are not waiting for it to cook. And I prepared this morning with my daughter, who's 3 years old. This is so easy. So we continue kneading. We add some more oil. The smell of the oil is very intense because we are using a lot of oil. The consistency we look for is the same consistency as a shortbread. Indeed, this is a kind of shortbread, though there is no butter inside, so and no eggs. So this is a vegan batter that you can use for making Stroscia, of course, but also you can. It's very versatile, so you can use it as a base for tarts. You can use it as a base for galette, for example. So you can stretch it in a thin layer and then cover it with fruit, and then use it as a base and bake it, and you can make wonderful galettes. Okay, now I have obtained consistency almost like a shortbread. This is still quite crumbly, so I'm going to add a few more extra virgin olive oil, just because I was going by sight, so I missed a few drops. Okay. 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 Perfect. Now, the liquor and the oil together make a wonderful, a really intense smell. Okay, now we add the sugar, which is of course important for our cake, and we mix. Okay. Very well. I think we need a few more liquor. Fantastic. Okay, then this is, though there is many flavors from the wine and the extra virgin olive oil, we can add some characteristic aroma too. So I have a couple of options for you. We can add lemon zest, which is what I usually do, because of course lemons are fruits of the Italian Riviera. We have plenty of lemon trees here and there, and of course also the West Italian Riviera, where this cake was invented, there are many lemon orchards, and so lemon is a characteristic flavor of that area. Another solution, though, anyway, is to add to your cake, to this cake, some orange blossom water, which is an aroma that we use a lot in the Italian Riviera cuisine, not only for this cake, but also, for example, in Genoese pan dolce, which is the cake that we usually eat for Christmas, or in marzipans, which we eat for Easter. So all these traditional desserts has orange blossom water inside, because the West Italian Riviera was famous for producing this special ingredient around the 1800, 1900. Then, unfortunately, there were two frozen, which destroyed all the bitter orange trees, and also the industry of artificial aromas developed. So we lost the tradition of producing organic or bitter orange blossom water for sweets, but the tradition remained. So we still use this in many characteristic and traditional dishes. Today I'm going to use the lemon zest, of course, an organic lemon, untreated lemon, because we are going to use the zest, the peel, and I grate it inside. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to write them in the comments. And if you also have technical questions about the products we are using, about the oil, or the flour, or the salt too, please ask, and we will be happy to reply in direct email. Okay, I love this aroma, so I think I will grate all the lemon inside. Now I mix. I do not over mix this dough, and I don't want it to be very smooth. I keep it rough, because if we over knead the dough and over knead the flour will become very, very stretchy. We will develop the so-called gluten net, which is a very good thing. A very good thing if we have to make bread or cakes that needs to raise a lot. So they need, or to make cookies, even for fresh pasta, because we need elasticity. But in this case, we are going to prepare a sweet that needs to be crumbly. So we don't want to develop the so-called gluten net, and we don't want, therefore, stress too much the flour. This is why I am not kneading very strongly the dough, but just mixing it gently in order to combine all the ingredients. Okay, perfect. Now the batter is ready. I just do a quick cleanup of this surface, and then I show you how to put it in the pan. Okay. Very ancestral way of cooking. So I take the pan, which is here. Okay, I'm using this copper pan, round copper pan, which is very traditional of Liguria. In Liguria, well, in the past, they used to bake their cake in big wood ovens, which were very wide but very short. And so they used to bake in a big copper pan with not very high in edges. And this is an example, though this is a small one for a kitchen. Before going ahead, check the comments. Can you prepare in advance and freeze the dough at this point? I've never done that, I have to be honest. Because this is so quick to prepare that you can do it at the very last moment. Though since there is no milk or butter or eggs or potatoes, which are the ingredients that may alter their consistency after being frozen, I think you can do that. I think you can do that. Of course, you can keep it in, if not freeze it, you ask freeze, yes. If not freezing it, you can keep, of course, it in the refrigerator for, I'd say 1 day. So you can do it now, use it now, or in 1 day for making the cake. Or have it at your disposal for making also biscuits. Okay, now then we take the dough. I'll move a little bit here so you can see me well. Okay. And we have to lower it down with our fingers until we get at the edges, at the borders, at the edges of the pan. I have lined the cake tin with some parchment paper. You can also grease it with some oil. The copper pan is very useful in the kitchen because copper is a very good heat conductor, and you can and it reaches a very high temperature in very few time. So it's fantastic for baking. Okay. Merci Enrica pour cela. Thank you. Thank you. If you try the recipes, please let us know and share it on Facebook and on Instagram, tagging Fabuzzi. So we will see your results. Okay, I am almost there. This is why I say this that this cake is a child work, because you really use your hands in any passage, and you don't need special tools. Probably you could do that also camping or without a kitchen. Okay, I'm almost there. So we don't need the dough to be very smooth on top. Indeed, if it is rough and if it has some fingerprints and of your hand, that's fantastic. But it should be even. So you have to check that all the sides of the cake are almost the same thickness. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Then we have two options now. The main option, the main option now is to generously sprinkle the surface with additional sugar, generously, a lot. Other recipes, and which is what I'm going to do now. Other recipes provides also for sprinkle on top hazelnut granola. Hazelnut. Why hazelnut granola? Also, this is a very ancient recipe. So the ingredients that are suggested has a reason why. And the hazelnuts are products that is harvested in the inland of Liguria, because we have a lot of hazelnut trees in our inland. So hazelnuts were food and nuts at disposal of the peasants in the past, and so this is why they are an option to be put on this cake. That this is a peasant cake prepared by the maiden, especially during this period of the year, November, December, October, which are the months when you make fresh oils. There is the oil harvesting and the oil milling. And so the cake is indeed a celebration of this new product, which was, of course, a huge source of for the families of that part of our land. Okay, so I just have a look at the comments. Okay. So this is the cake. Very easy to make, and you have to cook in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes. When you know that the cake is ready, it is ready when it is brown on top, but I show you because I have already made a cake for you, and so I can show you how it is. Okay, we keep it. I will put it in the oven in a second minutes, and then we have 20 minutes have passed, and we have our Stroscia baked. So you can see. I go a little bit farther ahead. This has some darker, dark brown here. Magic, yes, it's magic. And okay, the smell that you will smell when the cake cook and when the cake bake is that of sweet fritters. The same smell that you, yes, sweet fritters, but there is a reason why. The oil inside the cake will fry while it's cooking and mix with the sugar, and so the smell will be very sweet. If you taste better of the cake before baking it, you will find it bitter, somehow bitter, because the flavor of oil is very, very intense. Never mind, because whilst cooking, this bitterness will disappear, and what will remain are just the flavors of the oil, the deeper flavors of the oil. Okay, this is the cake, and then I want to show you some ideas on how to present this cake and how to eat it. First of all, just make some tidying up because there is quite a mess here around. Okay, and I should also 1 second. I just in my hands. Okay, here we go. Okay, here I am. Okay, first thing first, this cake is not conceived for being cut with a knife. Indeed, the name Stroscia, Stroscia di Pietrabruna, the name of this cake. The name Stroscia comes from the verb in dialect strosciare, which means break, to tear, to break. Because this cake needs to be broken with your hands. So when you can serve it, I take a plate. You can bring it on the table as it is. And the tradition rules that the younger at the table has the privilege to open the cake and break it. So you can just break it with their hands this way. You see, this is extremely crumbly, and you break it in pieces. Let me check. Delicious. This is very crumbly and crunchy. So it is perfect eaten like this. So you bring it to the table, you break it in pieces, and then you can have it mopped in wine. You can also offer your friend some meditational wine, for example, Passito. Here in Liguria, we have a special meditational wine, special liquorous wine, which is Chaquetra. That's a very exclusive wine produced in Cinque Terre. and Cinque Terre has a lot of vineyards hanging on the sea, and they produce chaquetra, which is produced with the grapes harvested at the beginning of the harvesting period and kept on the floors, open air, under the sun to dry out. The grapes dries out for 2 weeks, and then they made the wine with those grapes. Of course, the grapes have lost lots of liquids, a lot of water in the drying process. So what remains is a very dense wine, which is a little bit more alcoholic than the normal one, and very sugary. And chaquetra is fantastic. That is a way of serving this cake. Of course, if there are kids, you can serve it as it is. But this is not a cake for the end of the dinner, but it is also a cake for breakfast, mocked in the milk, or for a break. And I love serving it with some ice cream. So I show you how I do that. I take the ice cream, which is in the freezer. Here I am. Here's the ice cream. Bartolino Sammontana, one of the best ice cream of my childhood. Okay, I have the ice cream, and I take the cup. Then we have this. Okay. Take the ice cream. Make some nice balls. Okay. This is a vanilla ice cream. You can, which I suggest because it has a plain flavor. It is sugary, of course, and milky, but it has a plain flavor. And then we serve the Stroscia this way, close to it, and the guest can crumble it on the chocolate, on the ice cream. But last but not least, because we love to enjoy good food, we can add extra flavors with some jam or marmalade. And in this case, I'm using this Mandarin Marmalade from Sicily, made by Favuzzi, which is a new entry in their shop. So you cannot find it online now, but you will find it in a few days. And it has so good, so wonderful flavor. Yes, this is the heart of Sicily, and you can pour some drops of marmalade on top of your ice cream, and then mix and mingle everything. So this is the cake, our Stroscia, with the, can you see that? That's the best way. And you can crumble some Stroscia on top and eat it with the ice cream. Wow, so good. The third last attempt to your diet, but which will make you very happy, it makes me very happy, is this. Because Stroscia is, by the end, it's so good by itself, but it's also a fantastic vehicle for or support for every other delicious stuff. Is this? This is a pistachio cream from Sicily as well. This is already on the shop of Favuzzi, but not in this jumbo jar, huge jar, and you can. Remember, you never eat just with your mouth, but you also eat and drink with your nostrils. So always smells things. And you can take a piece of Stroscia and some pistachio cream. This. So good. And then I'm forced to taste it. Fantastic. More crunchy. So good. I'm going to clean the spoon. Very good. So I have prepared for you Stroscia. This is definitely a cake that you can do by your own. You can do with your kids. You can do at the very last minute, and you will see how easy it is and how delicious. How easy you have seen during this live, but how delicious it is. Though there are very few ingredients, but it is delicious if the ingredients are very good, top quality Italian ingredients, which is the case of these products. I swear, because I know Italian products and these are really top quality one, and so you will get a fantastic dessert. If you have any comments, I have to check your comments. Okay, okay, I have margarine. Manjari, who asked me what's the base of this cake. So I can tell you again for those who has arrived late. The cake is made with the extra virgin olive oil, with the flour, sugar, few baking powder, liquor or marsala wine, vermouth, or dry white wine if you want. And then you can characterize the cake with the lemon zest or with the orange blossom water. And these are the ingredients. Then you sprinkle on top sugar, and if you want some hazelnut granola. And that's it. You can use it by itself. You can use it for a snack, for breakfast, at the end of the day, on the end of the dinner, with ice cream or with pistachio. And the recipe is now available on Fabuzzi website, so you can already have a look at it. And whilst this video recording will be available in a few days, in the next days, with the subtitles in French, because unfortunately I do not speak French too. And so that's it. Now, thank you for joining me in my kitchen for this short time during your day. If you have to check the comments if you want to discover who is the winner of the giveaway organized on the Instagram page of Fabuzzi. So if there are no other questions, I can give you some time if you want. And if you are curious, I will be really pleased to answer your questions. Otherwise, I thank you, all of you, for your participation to this live workshop. And I hope you will enjoy the recipe and this product. And I congratulate with the winner of our giveaway for being so lucky to receive olive oil and flour for making this wonderful cake. So I would say goodbye to everybody, and thank you to all of you.